So was it, I know that you didn't know it at the time, but was there anything different? Did you approach it differently, thinking that it could be a cover shoot?
The cover shoot wasn't on my mind at all. My main objective was trying to get an amazing shot, whether it was with her standing in front of the waterfall, as you saw that, whether it was her on the edge. Oh, and not only that, it was very slippery, so you guys don't see the actual 2 or 3 people right next to her, just in case if she falls that we can catch her.
It was a false confidence, because if she had went down,
we all
went
went
down.
down.
My favorite place, but today I don't see nobody all alone.
So yeah, there was no thought process of a cover. It was more of a thought process of just getting a right shot that when you guys see it, you guys want to work with either ABH Studios or myself.
Now, I will say that shooting for a feature, we're talking magazine now, shooting for a feature versus shooting for a cover, there's a whole lot more that goes into it. And one of the things that I tried to do is I tried to help Daniel in that, to keep him focused where I knew that he needed to be, even though you didn't know that that's where you were going.
Yeah, I had no idea. I'm just finding this out right now.
but to keep him focused, but not take over his shoot or change his creativity, which I think is something people need to learn when they work with someone.
Alan, not only that, I'm glad you said that, and when you're working with an editor that's working with the magazine and he's got a particular vision, as a photographer, you gotta have the willing spirit of learning. You gotta have that willing spirit of being bendable. Because if you don't, you're gonna butt heads. I'm trying to capture that. And at the same time, he's trying to let me be me. The reason why he said, hey, I want you to come shoot this is because he saw something in DVM Productions that I don't see, but he saw something that said, you know what? We gotta get her on the cover. We gotta get her in the magazine. We gotta print her.
I know that Daniel likes to, he's a get in quick and get it done, but when you're shooting for a magazine, you almost have to slow down a little bit and get multiples of a shot, because if you got an unbelievable shot and it's almost perfect, but it's out, like the focus is out, we can't use it. But if you've got several versions of that and then one of them is in focus,
dreaming about those days with you. I can stand that you ain't here with me. My life's a mess all because of you. Need you now to be right beside me. 7 days and 20 hours since you left. Different ways, your voice still popping in my chest. And I still hope, I hope you're coming back soon. You're coming back soon. Take me to...
What I'm learning from ABH Studios is, since you're there, go ahead and shoot it. So he was directing us in the angles that he was looking for, which I never really thought of, because, you know, I'm not thinking of cover, I'm not really thinking of magazine, I'm thinking of just getting the correct shot. But see, it's crazy how, it's crazy how
I wanted you to do.
Yeah, that's crazy how minds work. His mind is thinking magazine, my mind is thinking of great shot. And you gotta put those two together so they can gel. And it happens, because when we and him work together, it just happens like that. Because He knows the way I shoot, which is in and out. I'm not shooting for magazine. See, when you're going to more detailed, more print, slow down. And that's one thing that I'm learning, slow down.
You need to be able to tell a story. So if you have 3 poses, I thought it hurt. I thought we was gonna have to get jiggy up in here, boy. I think my right bicep flexed. I was ready to go, bow! When you're shooting for a magazine, you need to almost kind of be able to tell a story. You can't have 1 or 2 things. If you shoot for Instagram, you know, or I'm not saying you shoot for Instagram, but I'm just saying, if you're looking to just post something and maybe put in your portfolio, you get what you like. But if you think about looking through a magazine or a picture set, you kind of want to see a story somewhat, like transitioning from one place to another and having at least 3 or 4 different types of look.
Yeah.
Other than that, if everything was the same, and a lot of magazines will do that, but Gemz 68 magazine, we really want to showcase what he can do. We want to showcase what the model can do, and 1 or 2 poses a lot of times doesn't get it.
Correct, yeah. Because, like again, what Alan was saying, shooting with a magazine or shooting for a magazine, shooting for print, totally different mindset, totally different pace, totally different atmosphere, you know. And it's all good. There's nothing bad shooting for print, but you got to understand that that's what you're doing. We're not shooting for Instagram. We're not shooting for Facebook. We're shooting for something that's going to be tangible and you can feel it, and it's got to be professional. And Gemz 68 magazine is a professional magazine, and you need to get with this guy.
We try. Now there's something funny that AJ, who shot the behind the scenes video, we talked about it later when we got it home. I gave this guy my camera.
Yeah. I don't know if Alan, I have no idea what Alan used, but he lent me his Canon. What is it?
1DX.
Yeah. Alan shoots with the Canon 1DX. I shoot with the Nikon Z6. So it was all shot in RAW format. He hands me his camera, and I think my arm almost fell off because that thing weighs about 90 pounds. I'm like, you shoot with this thing?
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.